Thank you to LML123 for the suggestion. Any feedback you all have for the channel greatly helps, so please keep it coming. Welcome back to Mega Man Character Files, the show where we look at the in-depth histories of various Mega Man characters. Today we'll be talking about Mr. Match and his NetNavi FireMan.EXE, as well as two extras, HeatMan.EXE and FlameMan.EXE, as they are both also Navis that Mr. Match has used. Mr. Match and FireMan.EXE's first game was Mega Man Battle Network 1, and they are also the most recurring villain characters in the series. At the very start of the game, while Lan is just relaxing at home, his mom calls out in distress as the oven is on fire. It wasn't working properly, so she called a handyman to come and fix it. So Lan and Mega Man jack in to figure out what the problem is. As they took out the viruses and fires within the network, they saw that the culprit was Fireman, who was being operated by the Handyman, who was actually Mr. Match and member of World 3, a terrorist organization. Mega Man and Lan take out Fireman and delete him, but Mr. Match was still able to get the super program that World 3 was trying to use in order to create the life virus. A few months later, after World 3's defeat, Fireman would then again be causing trouble inside of the network. Lan and Mega Man would take him out and would believe that Mr. Match was the culprit once again. But he reveals that he had nothing to do with this. The only thing he did was give Fireman the vaccine to try to prevent him from getting the Zero virus, and he started going berserk. This was the first indication to Lan and Mega Man that whoever is giving out those vaccines might not be legit. He would return during the events of Battle Network 2 at the airport, where Lan thinks he's up to something, but he's actually not, though he'd still challenge Lan to a battle, using his new Navi, HeatMan. Though there isn't actually any story importance to Match or HeatMan, and there isn't really an explanation on why he made HeatMan, he just did. During the events of Battle Network 3, Mr. Match is found at Scilab, and he says that he's actually turned over a new leaf and is actually helping them out now. He even helps guide Lan to some World 3 Navis from the resurrected World 3 who were currently attacking. He then convinces Lan to place some fire protection programs in the Scilab computer systems, but they are not fire protection programs, they are fire starting programs, which cause all of the computers in Scilab to almost explode. Lan and Mega Man realize they've been betrayed and jack into the network to find Match's newest Navi, FlameMan. They are able to take him out, but are taken out themselves by Base soon after. They would appear one more time in the game in Wily's Fortress, where Mr. Match would use a pulse transmitter to transmit himself into the cyber world and fuse with Flame Man by using full synchro. He would be doing this alongside Anetta, another World 3 operative, and they would both team up against Lan and Mega Man, but would both ultimately be defeated and then arrested. Mr. Match would then appear again in Battle Network 4. In the Red Sun version of the game, there is an exclusive scenario where before Lan and Mega Man have to battle Match and a resurrected Fireman in the Den Battle Tournament, they stop by a hot dog stand to get some hot dogs. Match shows up there, Lan and Mega Man thinking he's doing something suspicious, but the lady running the stand says that Match has been helping her all this time and has actually been repairing her hot dog cart whenever it would break down. Two thugs walk up screaming at the lady to give them money, and Match goes up and tells them to beat it, and it actually works. And as Match leaves, the hot dog stand breaks again, so Lan and Mega Man think that if he fixed it before, he can fix it again, and go try to find Match. As Mega Man finds Fireman on the net, he sees that he's talking to two heel Navis about some plan. That the plan is still going to go through, but to leave the hot dog lady out of it. Mega Man then walks up, not really hearing the whole conversation, and tells Fireman that the lady needs help again, so he goes to get Match. When it's finally time for their tournament match, Lan goes and gets ready to fight Match and Fireman once again. However, Match reveals what his plan actually was. He planted explosives all around the stadium and was going to ignite them all. That is, until the hot dog lady screams from the stands that she came to cheer Match on. This gets Match to yell to all of his goons to try to defuse the bombs now, but they won't listen, saying that he's going soft. Match then works together with Lan and Mega Man, instructing them how to defuse all of the bombs before they go up. They then get back into the stadium and they have their match, man to man, a full-on battle, where Mega Man and Lan ultimately win. Their bond giving Mega Man access to a new Double Soul form, Fire Soul. They would appear one more time in a scenario that is possible to get in either the Eagle tournament in Red Sun or the Hawk tournament in Blue Moon. A new Fire Navi user has come to prove that they are the strongest, Atsuki Homura and his Navi Burner Man. Him and Match butt heads until they decide that they're just gonna fight it out. The resulting battle from Fireman and Burner Man causes fires to break out across the entire internet. So Mega Man has to step in and say, hey, look, I already beat Fireman, so if you want to fight the strongest Navi, you gotta beat me. And that is pretty much Mr. Match and Fireman's contribution to the rest of the story in Battle Network 4. Match makes his final appearance in the Beast Gregor version of Battle Network 6, where it's revealed that he is now a teacher working at Cyber Academy in Cyber City. He's actually cleaned up his act and is a good guy now, using HeatMan as his main Navi in order to teach students about how to deal with various fire-based viruses. This would also give Mega Man the new cross-fusion form, Heatcross. And while this is the only contribution that Mr. Match has to the story, and well, this is actually just optional, I do like to imagine that he did get together with the hot dog lady, and that's ultimately what to try to come clean. Similar to the games, Mr. Match and Fireman are the first enemies fought by Lan and Mega Man in both the NT Warrior manga and anime. Fireman, or Torchman as the dubs call him due to the fact that they didn't want kids to believe that firefighters were bad, was trying to blow up Lan's school by overheating all of the thermostats. But Mega Man and Lan are able to jack in and easily defeat him. The next day, a resurrected Fireman, Fireman 2.0, found Mega Man and Lan battling on the net and said that they could find a place where Lan and Mega Man could battle without having to worry about anyone finding out that they do not have an official net battle license, and to do so, they could meet up with his operator, Mr. Match. Lan actually does this and decides to go destroy the school's internet system. Yeah, despite Mega Man's protests, Lan goes and does that with a basic Navi. But when Mega Man shows up to try to stop him, Mr. Match and Fireman reveal their true plan all along was just to lure Mega Man here so they could kill him, but getting Lan on their side was a bonus. Lan then says that they aren't going to kill Mega Man, and he operates Mega Man to delete Fireman once again. Match and Fireman would appear one more time when the dark power was flowing out from the internet and going into the real world, which caused all of the net navis to appear in the real world. There, Match and Fireman would use that dark power and put Fireman through the dark metamorphosis in order to transform into FlameMan, who was far too powerful for even Hub-style Mega Man to deal with. Match and FlameMan would then get taken out by Tor and Kingman, who were students of Mr. Famous. Now, in the anime, Match and Fireman were blowing up ovens just like in the games. However, it was not just Lan's oven. When he does get to Lan's oven, he starts spreading viruses all around it, but Mega Man takes them out easily and Fireman retreats. Fireman then goes into Male's oven, but Mega Man and Gutsman are there to stop him. While Gutsman is taken out by Fireman's flames, Mega Man is able to use a sword chip to cut his arm off, Match being forced to jack Fireman out. Match, alongside the rest of World 3, would then infiltrate the N1 Grand Prix tournament in order to try to enact World 3's plan of finding the ultimate Navi. During Lan and Match's battle in the tournament, Match rigged solar panels on the ceiling in order to try to kill Lan. But thanks to Sharkman and Commander Beef, the viruses controlling the solar panels on the ceiling were deleted and the panels opened back up, allowing Lan to win. After Wily was seemingly killed, that's the whole thing, Match began trying to make money by fire dancing. He would then work alongside the rest of World 3 in Yahoot's Curry Shop. Yeah, World 3 was pretty lost at this point in the story. Match and Fireman wouldn't have any big appearances until later on in Season 2 with the Gospel arc, mainly in the two-parter where FreezeMan was the main antagonist. FreezeMan had infected all of these new air conditioning units and had frozen the entire city over, even freezing Mega Man, and was about to delete him. Until a mysterious Navi showed up calling himself HeatMan, who says that he has a grudge against Gospel and that he will be the one to destroy FreezeMan, and begins attacking him. It's revealed in the next episode that before all of that happened, Fireman was ambushed by FreezeMan down in the sewers and was beaten almost to death, using an ice attack so powerful that it shot out a light that could be seen from all across the net city. Fireman was in a state where he could never be repaired. This hit Match hard, him vowing to not only get revenge on Gospel, but that he would bring Fireman back, somehow. Mr. Famous, who was with World 3 at this time, did bring up how he actually had the shell of a Navi created, a Navi known as HeatMan, and it would be a lot more powerful than Fireman. If Match would give him Fireman's remaining data, he could implant that into HeatMan. Match was not okay with this plan, actually punching Mr. Famous in the face simply for suggesting it. To suggest that he had to put his Navi's data, Fireman's data, into the shell of just some random Navi? No, he would never accept that. That is, until FreezeMan started taking over the entire city. With no one else seemingly able to stop FreezeMan, and with his only chance at revenge here, Match relents and allows Mr. Famous to put Fireman's data into HeatMan, bringing HeatMan to life. The two Navis are seemingly equally matched. However, HeatMan pulls out his extra code, takes FreezeMan up into the sky, and detonates himself, deleting them both. But not to worry, HeatMan is brought back through backup data in the next season, and it tries to save the city when FlameMan attacks. And HeatMan gets absolutely destroyed. But Mr. Famous is able to extract the leftover data from Fireman and actually recreate him. Fireman then works together with Mega Man, allowing them to do a soul unison into Fire Soul in order to absolutely decimate FlameMan. And other than that, unfortunately, there really aren't any other big appearances from Match and Fireman. They do appear in a couple episodes in a future season, but other than that, that's it. Now, FlameMan is very different. He isn't even connected to Match or Fireman at all. He is what is known as a Zoanoid, which is essentially a Navi from another dimension, and he works under the Gregar army. And thanks to being a Zoanoid, he does have the ability to go into a beast form. Now, he doesn't really do a whole lot. He tries to bomb the Fazar army, and Mega Man fights and stops him. That's pretty much it. He really doesn't have that big of a presence. And that was the character file for Mr. Match and Fireman, as well as HeatMan and FlameMan. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you learned something new about these characters. There's actually a lot more to them, despite them pretty much just being the first bosses of a lot of these games. So I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Let me know if there are any other character files you'd like me to cover in the future. And I will see you guys next time.